weeks in a row. We've done it 2 weeks in a row with Staying Up with Pat and Jodi. We've actually put out 2 shows in 2 weeks.
Wow.
That doesn't happen very often because we're always working. So
And we were today, too. And one of us had to say, hey,
let's do it.
Let's just get this show done.
Let's get it
over with. Let's do it. Let's talk about fun stuff. And let's dress like a WWE, like, wannabe wrestler with my Sasha Banks glasses and my Natty Cat ears.
Let's dress or you dress?
Me.
You dress.
Well, because
yeah.
I have,
I'm not,
I'm very cash today.
You are very cash today.
So I thought I'd wear my boss glasses since I am the boss.
You are the boss.
I'm the boss
I'm
of
the
Sight
boss.
and Sound,
Yeah.
and we're staying up with Pat and Jodi.
Yay, the
we have a guest in the studio.
He's hidden over there. There's Bob is over there. Don't just imagine there's a person sitting over there.
Watching us today.
We could describe him any way you want. You would never know whether we're lying or not. We could say it's like a young Charleston Heston, and you'd have to believe it. Yeah.
There you go.
You know, you'd have to believe
Vince
it.
McMahon is here.
Vince McMahon is also here. He's in the bathroom.
That's the real boss.
And hey, make sure you use that poopery. Okay, so sorry, just make sure, because man.
So how have you been?
Are you talking
Pat?
to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's it go? How was your 4th of July, Pat?
My 4th of July was babysitting dogs.
Wow.
And setting you up for your party, because you got to party for 4th of July, didn't you?
I did. I did get to party, and we saw an amazing fireworks show.
Including the tree that lit on fire.
Including a fire. It is so dry here, ladies and gentlemen, in Las Vegas.
And it was a little windy.
Yes.
It wasn't windy enough to cancel the fireworks show, but it was windy enough to blow the fireworks into one of the trees near where they were launching the fireworks and catch it on fire.
Yes.
So, which happened to be on a golf course. So, yes. You got that excitement.
It was pretty. I'll tell you what. It was scary for a second because I'm filming the fireworks, not even noticing that on my video there is a giant tree on fire.
It just looks like more fireworks.
A few feet away, and then everybody starts screaming, and I'm like, "Whoa!" And then I lean over to Terrell. I'm like, "How fast can we get the gear in the car?" This place goes up. I said, "I hope that's nowhere where I park," because normally we've parked the car in the main lot.
Yeah.
But last year they made us park it on the side of the building, and it was like, please, this year, please don't let this be where I park the car.
Park in the maintenance area. We don't want those crappy cars parked with our members.
Oh, my gosh. But I just kept thinking to Terrell, how fast can we break down the gear and get the hell out of here if this thing goes rogue?
Well, look at the tree was like 200 yards away from you. It wasn't, and there was no really other.
And, to be honest with you,
it wasn't going to catch the whole area on fire.
And what was nice was that they came over to me and they wanted me to announce and calm the people down that, ladies and gentlemen, we see the fire. The fire marshal is here. They have their fire trucks there. Everybody's safe. There is a fire crew right there right now putting out the fire, which they were.
So
they were there.
So you didn't get on the mic and say, "Run!
Everybody run!
Everybody run! Fire!"
My favorite scene from Airplane 2.
Yeah.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, yes, don't worry about it. We've lost pressure. Oh, okay.
Cam pressure.
We're
Our
off
pilot
course.
is we're off course.
Yeah, our pilot's not feeling
and
too
we're
well.
out of coffee. At least you didn't tell them you were out of coffee.
No, I didn't tell them we were out of hot dogs or hamburgers or baked beans.
No, the food has run out.
Yeah, baked beans.
Then that would have been an issue. That would have been a big issue.
That would have been a big issue.
So, but I had to stay home with the dogs because, of course, we have, and it seems like in Vegas, which is where we're based out of, in case you can't tell.
And my glasses.
That's actually where we live in this city over here. See that behind us?
Yes.
That's Las Vegas.
Where we live,
Yeah, live, yeah. And
and work.
And it seems like everybody must have started around this time last year saving up money to go to the Indian reservations and buy the illegal fireworks, because our neighborhood, the backyard was lighting up with green and red and blue lights and boom, boom, and the house, I'm like, oh. And the thing that threw it off is I was like, first, I'm like, okay, well, let me see how the reason why I stayed home for 4th of July is because the dogs freak out.
Chingo,
Chingo.
Our dogs.
We were doing really good during the day. We weren't hardly hearing anything. Oh, maybe they aren't going to act a fool this year.
And the night before, usually,
anything.
Hardly anything. But can I tell you why? Because here in Las Vegas, we have this I Spy Fireworks.
I Spy Fireworks,
iSpyFireworks.com. And this year, the law...
You can be reported, because they don't want you using 311 or 911 because the whole system gets clogged up.
I'm going to take this off.
So...
Oh, no, I'm going to put it back on. I don't have eyelashes on today.
I don't either, so
Hey.
I'm going.
But yeah, I think ispyfireworks.com. I don't know if anybody in the cities that are watching
Yeah.
or listening to our podcast, let us know. Drop a comment if you had something like ispyfireworks.com. I really honestly think that had a lot to do with why the day before we didn't see too many fireworks.
Of course, it didn't work on the 4th of July because
they were all over.
once the sun went down, because I'm like, oh, great, it's not going to be crazy. So I'm going to get a workout in, and as soon as I got into my room and was going to start working out, boom, 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 the dog's running into the room freaking. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
so much for that.
Yep.
So I had to hang out. The dogs were just freaking out all night.
And then when I left the country club, we left about 10, a little bit about 10. In the neighborhood, all I just saw were all the illegal. And then watching the news.
Watching the news, yeah, they're reporting the news, and you're hearing the fireworks going off behind them, and it's just like, yeah, there's a lot of and even when they were reporting on different stuff, if they were out in the field, boom, 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 it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Had you been up on the side of the hill, all you would have seen was fireworks going off.
Did you see
in the entire
fireworks?
valley. You
From
did.
your
Bob
window?
saw a
From your
bunch.
window?
Yeah,
Oh,
Bob
wow,
saw
from
a
his
bunch
hotel
from his
window. Wow.
Probably. Yeah, if you're up on especially a higher floor, you just look any direction. I can imagine it was probably quite amazing as far as that goes. But
and we're dry here in Vegas, so I was really worried about very dry. I was worried about. I was very worried that the grass was just too dry in the backyard.
I actually watered the lawns pretty heavily
Good.
right before sunset, just in case. That was one of the things I was
because
doing.
we haven't had that monsoon rain yet.
No,
everybody.
not yet. We're supposed to get a little bit coming up
Bob,
soon.
that's right. You didn't experience any flash flooding this trip. Every year, Bob comes
gets like
and
at least
visits,
one storm.
and he got 1 year. He got stuck. He got sent to California.
Oh my goodness! With no GPS.
Yeah.
Had to drive into Barstow.
Right, so you got no rain this trip at all. Zero. Wow.
Dry as a bone.
And you're getting out just in time, too, before it starts to come. Because it's coming, I think, tomorrow and Saturday. So next week, we're going to be getting some monsoon rain in Vegas. Well needed, yes.
Yay, rain.
So I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. But what about these
Hopefully
kids?
your dogs, nothing happened to your dogs.
What about these kids in this
Cats.
Taiwan cave?
That's crazy.
Taiwanese cave?
I haven't heard the whole story
now-
on how they got that far back, but it sounds like they were and I forget the term for when you go it's not spelunking. There's some term.
No, that was the word.
Is it spelunking?
Yes, that's
when
what they
you're
were
exploring
doing.
Caves.
Yes, that's what they were doing. Yeah, right.
and
Bob shaking his head.
So
yes.
apparently, I guess that they were way back in this cave, and then all of a sudden, parts of the cave flooded. So, and none of these kids know how to swim.
12 boys and their soccer coach.
These are athletes, and none of them know how to swim. So they actually had people come in, divers come in. They'd have dive through, and they're bringing in like food through the water and blankets, and so they're
medicine.
They're talking about it might be September before they get these kids out of there.
Well, maybe not, because Elon Musk, came in, is trying to help free the Thai soccer team stuck in a cave. So if anybody can help them, Elon Musk.
Is he going to use those flamethrowers that he invented?
I have no idea,
I think
but
he should,
he's talking
just to show that
them.
there's some reason for him.
How cool would it be that Elon Musk gets these kids out in record time?
I think that would be awesome. You know,
if anybody can do it, it's him. I mean, he sent his car, his Tesla,
his car is in space, yeah,
and he's doing all this cool. And he's actually, isn't he the guy who's digging the tunnels from Vegas to L.A.?
He's proposing. He's trying to sell the idea. I don't think that he's actually doing. I don't think anything's actually been dug yet. I think it's just strictly been.
Well, now Elon Musk
so
is
far.
coming in.
Can you imagine how long it's going to take to dig 300 miles of tunnel? And do it safely.
What are you
and
talking
get through
about?
all
Vegas
the planning
to LA?
from here, yeah, to build and he wants to do. It's basically a subway that goes 300 miles, you know. And the fact is, they're going through areas that are earthquake prone. There's a lot of parts of the desert out in California that have earthquakes and some big ones.
Yep.
There was a 7.2 earthquake out there like 5-6 years ago.
Yes.
We kind of felt a little rocking and rolling, and there wasn't much damage because it was in the middle of nothing. But the fact is that's where you have to go through with this tunnel. So, you know, obviously it's just a little bit of ignorance. Maybe he has an amazing way to dig tunnels. Maybe it's like those old sci-fi movies where they have the big giant piece of machinery with the big basically grinder on the front. It just drills right through the. But if it's not anything like that, it's going to take forever and cost ridiculous amounts of money.
Well, when I think of Elon Musk, I think of Gustav Graves.
Gustav Graves.
From one of the James Bond movies, don't you? I forgot the one. Halle Berry was the Bond girl.
Yes.
And it was I just think of like Elon Musk as Gustav
Die
Graves.
Another Day.
Yeah, Die Another Day. There you go.
Yeah.
Die Another Day.
Die
So if
Another
anybody
Day.
can get him out, I think he could.
Yeah. Well, he obviously is going to think outside of the box and do something different than everybody else.
It's just weird that these kids would be in there for that long. You know, it's just strange.
Well, and it's one of those things where the fact that they can't swim is problematic because, if you can't swim and they're trying to teach them how to use a snorkel and a mask and do all this other stuff, it's like the likelihood of one of these kids panicking is really high. And if somebody panics underwater, if you talk to anybody who dives or any lifeguard, that's the easiest way for you to get drugged down and drown yourself because they grab a hold of you.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to hear how he plans on dealing with this situation.
Yeah.
What is the different? How? Because it was like I think to drill down to them, it was like a quarter of a mile of rock they had to get through.
Yeah, they were talking about it yesterday on the news.
It's quite, and they're dealing with the issues of we talk about monsoon weather. Monsoon rains can screw everything up for them. So they have a lot of issues that they have to deal with there. And
it's so funny because you just mentioned that earthquakes and we just had an earthquake. I don't know if you knew this, but there was a 4.6 earthquake rattled Sandy Valley today.
Wow, we didn't feel it.
Yeah, at 8:17 in the morning. I was driving, so I was driving, so I didn't feel it. Did you feel an earthquake at 8:17?
No.
No, I didn't.
And that's not that big, and it's still Sandy Valley's close enough to us that we should have felt a 4.6.
Yeah, well, it said reports of weak shaking were received in Las Vegas, Pahrump, and Jean. So we should have felt it because we are in the southwest.
Yeah, it's.
But
close
I was
enough.
in the car, so I was
Jean is
driving.
only like 15 miles from here, so we should have felt it. But unless it's further, it looks like it was right on the California-Nevada border. But it wasn't obviously that big. We don't get a lot of earthquakes out here, folks. I mean, we get heat. I like to tell people is that generally the most of what we have to deal with gets solved with air conditioning. Although we do get some flash flooding occasionally because the ground is like concrete and because we get so little rain. When we do get an inch of rain, there's flooding, but it's over in minutes most of the time. Unless you live on that bottom of the bowl. If you're down in the strip is the bottom of the bowl, by the way, folks. If you live in one of those lower lying areas, that water can kind of rush in there and screw you up. But we've been, knock on wood, we've been real lucky where we've lived. We've always been far enough to either side that, we'll get water rushing by for a while and then it's gone. Then it's back to normal.
Yep.
There's not a lot of natural
disasters.
disasters.
The only thing that happens in Vegas is that whole area by the link seems to fill up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it
and
gets
it's
a lot
always
of
had
water.
that problem when it
For
was
years.
Imperial Palace, and they said the only way they can fix it is they literally have to tear the whole hotel down and dig out the foundation. There's no way to fix it with the property.
Seen it, right?
And keeping the property intact.
Yeah.
It literally will flood the parking lot and the parking garage area with feet of water. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to be there. When it rains, you do not want to be in that area.
No.
Because the flooding will also happen an hour after it starts raining because it all comes from, off the mountain and just
I just seem
right
to remember that was like Sharknado last year in front of our building.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was 2 years ago.
Wow. And what do you think of, have you heard that taxi ridership is down because of Ubers and stuff?
Well,
Bob's actually taking an Uber tomorrow, right? You're taking your first Uber?
Bob's taking his first Uber. Well, that's, I'm not surprised. In fact, I'd be surprised if the taxi ridership was even close to what it used to be because it's just so much easier and cheaper to take an Uber. I mean, look at it. When we need to take Uber someplace, it's a few minutes. They come here. They're here in 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. Where a taxi, if you call a taxi from a business that's not a hotel, it could be an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
An hour. It could be 45 minutes to an hour.
Or a car service.
Yeah. It's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And over here they're always trying to long haul you and BS you and do stuff to try and get more money out of you.
Well, we live in a generation where everything's on an app. I mean, you can order McDonald's on an app. You can,
Absolutely.
now, everything. And why not, get rides? So, and I know when we have friends in town, or even when I was in New York, I Ubered everywhere. I actually Ubered from the airport to my mom's house. I Ubered last year from Jeffrey Craig's office in New Jersey to Yonkers.
Yeah.
And it was cheaper than taking a private car. So, and that was over the George Washington Bridge and everything. So, yeah.
Yeah. So much, technology is a great thing when it works.
When it works, right, Bob?
Speaking of technology, they're probably going to have to throw some new technology at the Nathan's hot dog
What
eating
happened?
contest.
Why are you saying that?
The contest is the contest mulls tech overhaul after scoring mistakes. I don't know how you screw up scoring eating hot dogs.
I love Nathan's hot dogs, by the way, but I can't eat 60 of them.
The Nathan's is considering switching to an automated scoring technology after judges' mistakes briefly impact the results of this year's event, according to a report on Thursday. Manual counts initially found that Joey Chestnut, the men's champion, had eaten 64 hot dogs rather than the world record-breaking 74 hot dogs that he actually consumed.
Whoa, wait, stop. He ate. They claimed he ate 64, but he actually ate
74. He ate 74
that's 10.
hot dogs.
That's 10. That's a difference of 10
hot dogs.
That's like over a pack of hot dogs. 8 is in a package, I think. You get 8 in a package.
Yeah, that's
10
a
is
huge
pretty,
scoring.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's a huge scoring differentiation. Not to mention the fact that, let's not forget the fact that he ate 74 friggin' hot dogs.
Oh, I love Nathan's, but I could eat 74.
His stomach has to be the size of a friggin' trash bag.
Oh, and by the way, the bread doesn't count as the hot dog. You can't just eat
you got to
the
eat the
beef.
bread, too.
You got to eat the bread, too.
Yeah, so they have to eat the bread and the meat.
Oh.
So that's 74 freaking... You know how many people we could feed with 74 hot dogs?
74 people at least.
Oh. So basically, judges miscounted, and the results. The second place finisher, Carmen Cincotti, it looks like, or I don't know. It's an Italian name. Those.
Why do you look at me?
Because you're a guinea. Hey, yo.
Hey, you don't want to offend them.
Who was initially said to have eaten 45 hot dogs, but actually had eaten 64. So they're really screwed up.
Wow.
So they screwed up the second place by almost 20. His by almost 10. So the mistakes might be the impetus to bring the competition eating into the digital age. Major League Eating president. You're the president of Major League Eating.
Could you imagine what a job
President
title?
of Major League
How
Eating.
How big are you?
Rich Shea told ESPN.
Wow.
Adding that the technology for monitoring the weight of the hot dog plate could be the solution. So
monitoring
basically,
the weight of the hot dog plate.
Yeah, because you know how much a bun weighs, you know how much a hot dog weighs,
Ugh.
so you can tell by how much lighter the plate is.
Just thinking about
Oh,
this.
74 hot dogs?
I love a good hot dog. I've said it multiple times.
But 74 of them? That's
Nathan's
crazy.
is good though. I'm
Not
probably
74.
good. I'm good for about 3 of them. How about you? I could eat about 3 Nathan's hot dogs.
Yeah, if I force myself, I could eat 3. I think I could eat 3.
You hit about Bob's 3? Three's about it.
I'm tapping out after 3.
You only have 71 more to go to beat the record. And they have to eat them in like a 10-minute, I don't know what's the time limit on it, but I think it's like 10 minutes to get...
I'm not sure what the
down your
exact, but
throat?
it's stuff down your throat.
All I have to say is they're out of their cotton picking mind.
Yeah. Put them pump.
Boom, boom.
Oh,
let's not go there. Are we going there? We're not going there.
Yeah, we don't want to get into racist terms that we didn't know were racist because Bugs Bunny said them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a whole topic. We could
That's
say things
a whole
that
show.
that we could do a seminar on
the
things
Little
Bugs Bunny
Rascals.
said. Well, there's a lot of things the Little Rascals said that were racist. Let's face
It may have choked Artie, but it ain't gonna choke Stymie.
Yeah. Oh, he's the black sheep of the family.
Oh, yeah. How come your uncle? It was the wild man of Borneo.
Wild man of Borneo.
And they said, the kid said, how come your uncle is so black? And he said it to the white kid and the white kids because Mama says he's the black sheep of the family. And it wasn't even the uncle. The uncle was the manager of the wild man from Borneo.
Well, that kind of makes it kind of what makes it funny. Yeah,
That
but
was funny.
So there's a lot of things that you have to put it in context when you think that
But
the
it was
Little
a different
Rascals was
time.
recorded in the late 30s into I think the late 40s.
Yeah, 40s.
Yeah, into the late 40s, and so the
Come on, you're
thought
not-
process in that era was completely different than
They
it is
put
now.
Farina in a dress and Buckwheat in a dress.
I know.
And Buckwheat was a boy.
They're like, hey, who's
Buckwheat
gonna
wore
notice
a
the
dress
difference?
and he had curls in his hair. He had in one episode, Buckwheat is ringing the school bell,
Yeah.
and the teacher says, "That's a good girl, Buckwheat."
Yeah.
But Buckwheat's a boy.
Yeah, and then they made him a boy afterwards. He just
Yes.
got older and like, well, I guess he kind of looks more like a boy now. So it's like, wow. It just goes to show, this is just our parents' generation.
that
Some
today.
people's grandparents. No, well, that stuff now. It's like
Yeah, no.
you have to watch it with a
No,
grain of salt.
Pat-
Understand what era.
No can do.
No can do. That's another one that
That's
you can't
another
say. You
one.
can't say no
You
can do.
cannot say no can do.
Cannot say no. That is
So,
a racist statement.
Yes.
And
if
you
you are
should be-
Asian and that you'd
will
be
take-
offended by
Yeah.
no can do.
And if we have to look up in Google to find out why
You
it's
said
racist,
Guinea before, so that's going to get us
That's
in
true,
trouble.
Guinea, I know.
You cannot
Those
say that
damn-
either. No can do.
those Guinea Italians.
You cannot say Guinea Italian.
Come on, they said it on The Godfather, and well, I don't know if they said it on The
No,
Godfather.
he didn't say. He said
The-
my kraut
The Soprano,
friend.
yeah, The Sopranos. They used to use that.
Yeah, no. In
Yeah, he said
Tom
Kraut
Hagen,
McFriend.
Tom Hagen goes to Mr. Waltz's house.
Yeah.
And he said, "Listen to you, my kraut."
Well, he says, "Oh, you Guinea bastards," and he goes, "Well, actually, I'm
German
Irish."
And he said, "Kraut
Like
McFriend."
friends, yeah. So he was trying to be racist
Yeah.
in that context.
And that's
was
why
trying
he
to be
ended
racist.
up with a horse's head.
Yeah, in his bed.
Oh, spoiler.
Yeah. Spoiler. We're spoiling a movie from
We're
1977
spoiling the
or
all-time
whatever.
greatest movie ever made.
yeah.
Did you know that there was not a curse? There was no curse words in The Godfather 1 or 2. There was no shit or F or anything. Did you know that?
I
There was
believe it.
No curse words in Godfather 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And it was a great movie. So
Yeah.
just goes to show you don't need any curse words or cuss words in
Curse, cuss.
I say curse, right, Bob? We're from New York.
So
Curse.
you say tomato, I say tomato.
Yes.
Actually, I don't say tomato, I say tomato.
I say tomato too.
Who
and
the hell says
potato.
tomato? Potato. Who says potato?
Well, I can't get Nevada right.
I would say potatoes.
I can't get Nevada right because I say Nevada, but I think it's
Nevada.
pronounced Nevada.
Las
Nevada.
Vegas, Nevada.
And I always say Nevada.
Nevada.
So I.
And you've
I-
only lived here 24 years.
Exactly. That's why I can never run for political office ever. She can't even say the name of the state right.
So you know that the former manager of the Department of Defense Aerospace Threat Program claims that UFOs are real. Now, of course, this story is from last year, but I thought it was kind of interesting because it didn't get a lot of press. But something extraordinary was revealed today. Former high-level officials and scientists with deep black experience, that's not racist, have always remained in the shadows, came forward on one platform. These insiders have long-standing connections to government agencies which have programs investigating unidentified aerial phenomenon. So that's a new term for it. The team includes 25-year veteran of the CIA Directorate of Operations, a Lockheed Martin program director for advanced systems at Skunk Works, and a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence. So they were talking about, because today marked the official launch of the To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science, and again, this is a little bit older story, so it wasn't today. But they're basically these are people on the inside that are saying that UFOs are real.
I've seen things in the Nevada
I've seen
Nevada
things.
sky. Nevada,
I've seen things.
not Nevada, Nevada sky.
Yeah, Nevada.
Well, look at Area 51. Have you ever seen anything on the extraterrestrial highway?
Never. We've been to Area 51 a couple times, and we've never seen anything weird there. But we've never stayed overnight and just looked up at the stars. But that,
Have you seen
Area
anything
50,
weird? No?
Area 51 is just where they
Marketing,
do.
just marketing.
It's and I don't know that it's
Did you
as
go this
active as
trip?
it used to be.
No.
It's not as active as it used to be, but it was just where they did. That was a top secret base, but they worked on, stuff that they didn't want, anybody. Yeah, they didn't want anybody to know about. So they were testing things there and testing aircraft. So a lot of the UFOs that people thought they saw were actually experimental aircraft. But it's kind of interesting to hear legitimate people legitimately in science that are claiming that UFOs are real. And look, I guess it'd be kind of an arrogant statement to say that we're the only ones in the universe, that in these billions of planets that are capable of sustaining life, that we're the only ones. Whether or not you can prove that they've visited us, that's a whole other thing.
You don't think we're the only ones?
Oh, hell no. I'm not. Who's to say if whether or not they've visited us or they've come here and went, not yet. Who knows? Who knows? But I definitely think there's more life out there than us.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me, and I think we see evidence of that every day. I think until they land on the White House lawn and hang out with Trump.
But wonder why, if they really truly are out there, maybe they haven't made contact with us like we're trying to make contact with them. I mean, what's the furthest one of our space craft has gone? To Mars, right?
We've
landed on Mars. We've
landed on Mars. We did just, what was it? The Voyager.
The moon.
Aircraft. Well, that's actually traveled past the solar system now.
The moon.
It's officially gone past the solar system.
What is?
The Voyager. One of the Voyager. You remember the first Star Trek movie, Voyager? Remember that? Where it was the Voyager satellite that was the very first explorative satellite, and it just keeps going out in space. They actually found out that it is beyond our solar system now. So it's taken a long time. They could, if it's still, actually got information from it. Oh gosh, it was been like 50 years.
And then don't we still have Space Skylab up there?
We have a space station,
right?
Yeah, that's an
and there are people
orbit, though.
And there are people that live up in there, right?
Absolutely. And all from different countries and everything else. And,
nice.
So they all get along up there.
And then Elon Musk is actually taking people. Oh no, the other dude, a Virgin, Richard Branson, actually.
He's going to start taking people to space.
Yeah.
That should be cool. You pay however much money, and you want to go to have your experience in space. It's in space. You pay Elon Musk or Branson a little money, and you're an astronaut.
Boy, Pat, talk about a think tank, right? That's got to be one hell of a think tank.
Those guys,
those two guys together, right?
Wow.
Could you imagine what they must talk about?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll only cost $50 million.
Damn.
Those are the only people that can use that
term.
What
do people like Elon Musk and Richard Branson talk about when they're together?
Money? I don't know. They both have a lot of it. There's got to be some real nerdy conversations that go on with those guys.
And then you throw in Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg in there, and you throw in Bill Gates.
Yeah. That's a think tank. I mean, I thought our think tank was pretty good. We have Jeffrey Craig and Mike Walter. We have Mike Walter and Jeffrey Craig in our think tank, and Matt Radicelli, and they've got Elon Musk and Richard Branson, and throw in, and don't forget we even have Mark Klatskin. Don't let anybody into this. Don't let anybody into the think tank. No, I love you, Mark. Sorry. But anyway, all right, how we doing? Good?
We're doing good.
All right. Well, anything else to talk about before we wrap it up?
No, I think we should wrap it up for this week and say thank you for everybody who's tuned in.
For week number 2.
For week number 2 in a row. We're already up to, I think this is episode 49 or 50. I'll have to look. But
yes.
But thank you for tuning in.
We're going to try to do this every Thursday. Yeah. And we want you to listen to us, stay up.
We'll do some more live ones coming up as well.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose. Stay up with Pat and Jodi. So we'll put you to sleep. So you listen to us. And you'll just pass out. This is a nighttime show, right? Is this a nighttime? He's sleeping. This is good nighttime listening. When you're having a hard time falling asleep, instead of count sheep, watch our show.
Oh, Black Sheep.
Oh, by the way, before we really officially sign off, I got to tell you guys, Glow, second season of Glow is
I haven't
amazing.
seen any of those yet. I have not seen. I got to watch some of them. I got to watch the first season.
I just watched the whole second season of the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling story.
Okay.
And it's great. It's really, really good.
So
Mark Maron is amazing.
Here's the question. If you are not a wrestling fan, if you did not remember that era, is it still going to be
interesting?
Yes,
because it's all retro. It takes you back. Yeah. And you don't have to be a wrestling fan. You just have to be somebody who likes entertainment.
And a good story.
A good story. Because it is about Glow, but it's not really directly about Glow, but it is. It takes place
during that era and around all the characters and the development.
Right. But they're not actual stories, of like real glow. Like Mount Fiji is Pikachu, not Pikachu, something, Machu Picchu, that's it.
One of those.
Yeah, so the names have been changed. Hollywood is not Hollywood, she's called Melrose.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's really good. Anyway, it's excellent. Netflix, check it out. I don't get endorsed by it. And Mark Maron is amazing. He's really, really good. Mark Maron.
Good. So definitely check that one out.
Yep.
And I'm going to have to check that out myself.
Yeah, we'll watch it together because I want to watch it from the beginning. Now that
Sure.
I saw season 2, I kind of want to watch season 1.
I don't blame you.
So
I don't
there we
blame
go.
you. Cool. Well, thanks again for tuning in and hanging out with us for a little bit. And we'll hopefully see you again back here next week, same time, same place. Tell all your friends, please. Subscribe.
Subscribe. Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Spread the love, baby. Spread the love. Show us you love us. Bye.
Bye.